The Awakening of Roku, we now have 6 books in the Chronicles of the Avatar series. I've been a fan of Avatar The Last Airbender for a while now, and have really enjoyed these books as kind of an extension of the Avatar universe. What are my thoughts on these 6 books? Let's find out. This ranking video will include some minor spoilers for these books as well as other Avatar content, but nothing too serious. Also, if I sound a little bit off in this video, it's because I'm getting over a cold at the time I'm filming this. If my voice seems a little hoarse, or if I seem low energy, that's why. Without further ado, in last place is going to be The Awakening of Roku. As much as I hate to put the new kid on the block in last place, I just was not that big of a fan of this novel. It has some good character moments and some interesting bits of lore, but the central plotline here is just not that interesting. On top of that, the villain is pretty one-dimensional, and her motivation feels shallow. And the 3 main plot lines of this novel, Roku's, Tamin's, and Sozin's, don't really tie together very well. So overall, while it's not a terrible novel, The Awakening of Roku left a lot to be desired. In 5th place is going to be The Reckoning of Roku. So I like the central premise of this novel, and I like most of the characters. However, Roku's arc is just not as strong as it could be. Also, Sozin as a character feels a little bit inconsistent. Sozin's arc just feels way too rushed and need a lot more nuance. I especially love the dynamic between Roku and Gyatso, and I do really like the central premise about an uncontacted tribe in the Avatar universe. So while overall this isn't a bad book by any means, it just needed a lot more nuance. In 4th place is going to be Dawn of Yangchen. I think this is a pretty big step up from number 5. I really do like the 2 central characters of Yangchen and Kavik, and I like the plotline about trying to keep the peace in a city run by criminals. I also really like the tone that this novel goes for, as it's kind of an espionage thriller but set in the Avatar universe. However, there are a few too many plot lines here, and they don't really blend together as well as they should. Especially, I felt that most of the spiritual stuff needed a lot of improvement. And on top of that, the other members of Team Avatar besides Yangchen and Kavik needed more depth. I also wish that this book reached a more definitive crescendo in its 3rd act. It really left a lot of plot threads hanging. So while not a bad novel, I do feel like this first Yangchen novel was a step down from the Kyoshi novels. In 3rd place is going to be Legacy of Yangchen. This book was definitely better than the first Yangchen book. The story is a lot more streamlined, and the characters have distinct goals and motivations. I also really love the way that this book develops the character of Yangchen and adds a lot of layers to her character. However, like its predecessor, there are a few too many twists and turns in the plot, especially towards the end. It just becomes a little bit too complicated. So overall, Legacy of Yangchen did improve some on its predecessor, but isn't a great novel. Our runner-up is going to be Shadow of Kyoshi. While this book wasn't quite as good as the first, it's still a solid sequel. It did a great job continuing to develop Kyoshi as a character and to expand the Avatar lore. However, I feel that the 2 main plot lines, one about Yoon, one about the Fire Lord, didn't blend together as well as they could have. There are also some retcons to the Avatar lore that feel a little bit sloppy. So overall, it's an okay sequel. I don't think it's quite as good as the first, but I am disappointed that we're not going to get a 3rd Kyoshi novel. But at number 1 is going to be Rise of Kyoshi. Rise of Kyoshi is, in my opinion, the only truly great Avatar novel. It adds so much depth to the character of Kyoshi and adds so much cool lore to the Avatar world. Kyoshi's arc is so well done, and I love the side characters like Rangi, Wong, Lek, Karima, and Lao Ge. On top of that, Jianzhu is a fantastic villain, and different from other villains we've seen in previous Avatar media. So overall, Rise of Kyoshi is a great novel for both newcomers to the Avatar franchise and longtime fans. So that's it, that's my ranking of the Avatar novels. What are your favorite and least favorite Avatar novels? What are your thoughts on the Chronicles of the Avatar series overall? If you want to see more Avatar The Last Airbender content, click this playlist right here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Bye.